Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into a question nobody wants to ask, but everyone is whispering. Is LeBron James really going to walk away from the Lakers next season? We'll unpack the circumstances, the contract realities, the physical toll, and the possible destinations. So stick around, because this could reshape the NBA landscape. It all starts with LeBron's stunning admission. He has no idea whether he'll return to purple and gold in 2025 to 26. With a $52.6 million player option looming on June 29th, James faces the toughest decision of his career. Is it possible that after an MCL sprain that could cost him 3 to 5 weeks, and after a season of grueling minutes at age 40, he looks at that payday and simply decides it's time to hang up the sneakers? The Lakers have built around him, but can they keep chasing glory without their irreplaceable leader? Physically, the stakes have never been higher. LeBron has played in an NBA record 292 playoff games without missing one due to injury until now. That Grade 2 MCL sprain revealed just how fragile he has become. Couple that with his lengthy groin and ankle injury history. 9 games lost in 2021-22 to a groin strain, 7 games in 22-23 to ankle woes, plus multiple smaller injuries, and you begin to see a pattern. Could the accumulation of these injuries convince LeBron that a one-year farewell tour is all he owes the game? Some sports medicine experts warn that waiting until next season to opt in might risk a delayed rehab timeline that jeopardizes his ability to suit up in October. Financially, the Lakers face a dilemma. Opting into that $52.6 million could hamstring future roster construction, leaving little room to recruit high-end role players around LeBron and AD. Could James decide the Lakers need cap flexibility more than he needs a final payday, electing instead to decline and become a free agent, giving LA the ability to pivot? Imagine that leverage. LeBron testing the market, fielding offers from contenders like Miami, Phoenix, or even a hometown reunion in Cleveland, venues where he might chase one more ring with a less cumbersome cap situation. The ripple effects would be seismic. If LeBron declines, the Lakers could chase backcourt help, defensive stoppers, or an extra big man to finally secure the Western Conference. Is it possible that a mutual decision looms, with both LeBron and the front office, quietly agreeing that parting ways is best for both sides? Some Lakers insiders whisper that Rob Pelinka has already sketched contingency plans, draft capital, trade exceptions, and cap space calculations, all in anticipation of the worst-case scenario. On the flip side, if LeBron opts in, it signals at least one more title-driven run in LA. But at what cost? The Lakers would have to swallow that massive cap hit, likely trading away depth or risking a thin bench, something that has haunted them throughout LeBron's tenure. Could the very desire to compete for another championship become the noose that chokes their ability to build around him? Fans on X are already split, half urging him to stay and build a younger supporting cast, the other half urging a graceful exit and the empowerment of AD as the undisputed centerpiece. If LeBron James ultimately decides to walk away from the Lakers, the franchise will face an existential crossroads unlike any it has encountered in decades. Suddenly bereft of its cornerstone scorer, playmaker, and vocal leader, Los Angeles would be thrust into a full-scale rebuild, or, at the very least, a profound retool. Anthony Davis, long cast as the complimentary superstar, would instantly become the undisputed focal point, both on and off the court. The Lakers would need to decide whether to surround AD with complementary shooters and defenders via free agency, trade pieces like D'Angelo Russell or Russell Westbrook for younger assets, or lean heavily into their draft capital and youth movement. The immediate impact on the roster would be seismic. Without LeBron's gravity-drawing double teams and collapsing defenses, the Lakers' spacing and pick-and-roll actions would lose their greatest catalyst. offenses that once thrived. On LeBron's ability to run the floor and create second-chance opportunities would need to be redesigned from scratch. Role players like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, who operate in the penumbra of LeBron's brilliance, would be forced to step into primary creation roles. An opportunity, yes, but also a daunting challenge that could expose weaknesses in the current depth chart. Defensively, the Lakers would suffer just as acutely. LeBron's ability to switch onto smaller guards, chase down loose balls, and orchestrate help-side rotations has been the glue in LA's scheme. His departure would compel Darvin Ham to simplify schemes or lean more heavily on zone and drop coverage sets, potentially leaving shooters with more open looks. The front office would likely prioritize acquiring high IQ perimeter defenders and versatile wings to plug the void, moves that could strain the salary cap or require the sacrifice of valuable draft picks. Beyond tactics and transactions, LeBron's exit would leave an indelible emotional void. The Lakers' locker room culture, and indeed the entire fan base, has revolved around his unrivaled work ethic and championship pedigree. His leadership has been a rallying point, especially during lean stretches. Without that unifying presence, the team's identity would likely splinter, forcing coaches and executives to cultivate a new ethos. Whether they rally around Davis's stoic resilience or an emerging young star, the Lakers would enter a transitional era defined by new voices, new priorities, and an uncertain timeline back to contention. Despite the risks and uncertainties, the Lakers have every incentive to convince LeBron James to stay for at least one more season. First and foremost is championship contention. His mere presence elevates the entire roster's ceiling. With LeBron on the court, the Lakers instantly become legitimate title favorites, a status that attracts free agents, energizes the fan base, and generates invaluable playoff experience for younger teammates. Without him, Los Angeles would be hard-pressed to win more than a handful of playoff games, turning arenas half-full and media coverage sour. Over his two-decade NBA career, LeBron James has proven remarkably durable, but he hasn't been immune to injury, and each time he's missed games, the Lakers have paid a steep price. Early in the 2018-19 season, shortly after signing in Los Angeles, LeBron suffered a Grade 2 groin strain that cost him 9 games. Without his playmaking and scoring, the Lakers staggered to a 2-7 record and spent weeks scrambling for an offensive identity. In the inaugural 2019 play-in tournament, he re-injured that same groin against Minnesota and sat out the decisive contest versus Golden State, a 110-77 blowout loss that laid bare how heavily the team relied on his two-way leadership. December 2021 brought another setback when a similar groin strain sidelined him for 9 games. Once again, LA limped through a 2-7 stretch without his gravity on the floor. The following season, persistent right ankle soreness forced him to miss 7 pivotal mid-season games, during which the Lakers went 3-4 and saw their offensive rating dip by more than 5 points per 100 possessions. A minor foot injury in March 2024 kept him out of 5 late-season matchups, and the team's 1-4 record in that span ultimately cost them home court advantage in the play-in. Most recently, in Game 5 of the 2025 playoffs, LeBron collided knees and suffered a Grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee, an injury that carries a 3 to 5 week recovery timeline. For the first time in his career, he faces missing meaningful playoff games, and the Lakers are bracing for life without their 40-year-old anchor. Each absence has underscored that even as his legacy grows, so too does the fragility of a Lakers team built around his unparalleled two-way brilliance. LeBron's off-court impact is equally monumental. His global brand drives merchandising, ticket sales, and lucrative sponsorships that ripple through the entire organization's bottom line. A season without King James means a multi-million-dollar hit to revenues, not just in jersey sales, but in premium seating, corporate partnerships, and international broadcast deals. From the front office's perspective, retaining him is a no-brainer. The financial upside alone justifies accommodating his contract demands and workload management, even if it requires sacrificing flexibility elsewhere. On the player development side, there's no substitute for LeBron's mentorship. Young scorers like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura absorb invaluable lessons every practice: how to navigate pick and rolls, how to anticipate rotations, how to carry oneself as an elite professional. That daily tutelage accelerates their growth far more than any developmental program could. For Anthony Davis, playing alongside LeBron has repeatedly resurrected his own pursuit of a championship. Without LeBron, even Davis's superstar talents may not be enough to push the Lakers deep into the postseason. Finally, there's the intangible factor of legacy and loyalty. The Lakers organization prides itself on honoring its legends, from Jerry West to Magic Johnson to Kobe Bryant, and losing LeBron to retirement or a rival would feel like a betrayal to many. Keeping him ensures that Los Angeles remains the ultimate destination for all-time greats and cements its reputation as the league's premier franchise. For LeBron himself, staying one more year in purple and gold offers the chance to solidify his own legacy alongside Lakers luminaries, and to chase one final ring in the city where legends are immortalized. Let's not ignore the emotional angle. LeBron has repeatedly spoken about family, legacy, and life beyond basketball. A decision to leave could reflect a desire to spend more time with his children or to transition into his entertainment and business empire. Some insiders believe that a soft landing, declining his option, then re-signing for a shorter, smaller deal, might be on the table, allowing him to stay in LA but with a lighter load for both his body and the cap sheet. That compromise scenario would still effectively end this blockbuster contract chapter. Now, picture the NBA world the day after LeBron announces his departure, an immediate domino effect of trade talks targeting AD, Russell, and the Lakers, expiring deals, teams salivating at the chance to pry loose young talent and draft picks. Could we see a franchise-switching whirlwind that rivals Kevin Durant's move in 2016? Or Kawhi Leonard's two-team odyssey? The Lakers, once invincible under the King, would be forced into a rapid rebuild in a league that doesn't pause for sentimental goodbyes. As we inch closer to June 29th, one truth remains: nothing is off the table. LeBron's decision will be based on health, family, the Lakers' roster outlook, and his own internal meter for playing hard at the highest level. Could this be the moment he finally steps away from the only franchise that hasn't given him everything he's ever wanted? Or is winning one more championship in LA the only thing that will keep him from becoming a free agent? But what do you think about all of this? Will LeBron opt out and depart the Lakers, setting off a seismic shift in the NBA, or will he commit to one more run under the Staples Center lights? I'm torn between sadness at the thought of his exit and excitement for the next chapter, wherever it may unfold. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into LeBron's uncertain future, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest analysis. Thanks for watching, everyone. Laker Nation, stay vigilant as history unfolds before our eyes.